Hi, I'm Kathy Brennan, and I wanted to talk today about what happens when we're caring for our aging parents. My mom and dad went to memory care together 3 years ago, and my dad passed away a year ago. My mom is still there. She's 88 years old, and she's been immobile for about 15 years. And so I went to visit her and left with an overall sadness. I'm sure many of you have felt as we watch our parents fade away from what they used to be. And in my mom's case, maybe you feel it too. I feel she's suffering. I feel like her life is sad to her. She doesn't want to be here anymore. She's fed up and can't move much. So I left with this sadness, and when we're dealing with aging parents, that can really settle in with us. And I wanted to talk about this method I use to help her and help myself. And in helping myself, I help her, and in helping her, I help myself. So the process has to be intentional. If the emotion of the circumstances are allowed to control, then we'll just follow those emotions, and they're often lead us to a negative and awful place. Dealing with an aging parent and the difficulties that they're facing, and how our love for them just gets damaged, is to me what I will call a spiritual problem. It's something that I can address with spiritual muscles, and this doesn't have to do with religion. Your religion might be part of it, but these muscles would work in any religious practice or any spiritual practice. I have 7 of them. They're faith, hope, gratitude, joy, love, meaning, and purpose. And I'm going to go through how these helped me with the sadness of watching my mom in a state where she's not very happy and not very mobile. So the first one is faith. What is faith? Okay, faith is just a belief in something that you can't see. Some of you have faith in yourself. Some of you have faith in friendships or institutions. Some of you have faith in God, the universe, karma. We all have faith in something, is the thing. And my faith in God and all, it's very generic in that I believe that God has a plan. He has a plan for me. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for my mom. And that faith that God's plan is there, even though I can't see it or understand it, helps me with the sadness of what she's going through. I can rest in and put aside the difficulty, knowing, okay, there's a reason for this. There's a purpose for this. I have faith that God's got this in control. There's some force at work that is knows exactly what's happening here, and it's going to happen for a good reason. So my faith in God helps me. So then when I go to see her, I don't have to sit around and think about all the sadness of her circumstances. I can let that go, and then that allows me to love her more freely and clearly, and without my own junk on top of it all. So my faith in God helps with that sadness, and then it helps her. So let's go on to hope. Hope is, oh gosh, this is a great muscle to have. When we can hope for things and look forward to things, even though we're not sure if they're going to happen or not, holding on to that hope is a great thing. So I hope my mom has great days. I hope that they take her on an outing today when I can't be there. I hope that she has good memories of things that have happened in the past. I hope her lunch goes down well. I hope that she has sunshine coming in her room today. I hope for all these things. So then again, when I think about her, I don't focus on the negative circumstances of her life. I'm hoping for, and then that turns into prayer for me, but I hope for these good things for her life. And so it helps me, helps her. This is what I do, dealing with, as we all are dealing with aging parents. Gratitude is the next one. There is so much to be grateful for in this situation. I know at first it's like, oh, she's not that happy and it's hard for her. But so what can I be grateful for? Well, first of all, I'm grateful for the staff. She's at a great place. My siblings and I are in contact with them regularly, and they're caring. I could not do what they do. They care for the elderly with love and concern and care and gentleness. And then they each have their own personality, which is awesome. So my mom gets to interact with these people from different parts of the country, and just they've become friends. So I'm really grateful for the staff. I'm also grateful that she has a place to live, and they know how to deal with people with memory issues and incontinence issues and all of the issues. She doesn't have any teeth anymore because the medications have taken those. So they know how to address all these things, and they do a great job caring for her. So when I'm grateful for all that, then as I approach and when I go there, I enter that space with a grateful heart, and show up with more love and energy and compassion than if I'm all focused on what I'm not grateful for, her circumstances, and how I just wish it wasn't this way. So gratitude. And we can practice it all over in all these areas of our life. It will change your attitude just on a dime. You can absolutely change your focus and change your intention by practicing gratitude. The next one is joy. It's just choosing joy in the middle of this. So I'm there. She can't really have too much of a conversation, but I'm joyful that I can be there. We live close enough that I can get there. I'm joyful that she still knows who I am. I'm joyful that there's just that we get to still be with each other, even though it's not in the state that it used to be, even though it's not what I would want and not what she would want, but we get to be together. We get to physically be together. And so that causes me great joy, right? I can choose joy in that situation. Or again, I can choose the opposite, but that doesn't help her and it doesn't help me. The next one is love. There are many different kinds of love, but I love this. I love the saying that love is a verb. It's something we do. And I think about all the ways my mom has loved me, just in raising us and keeping running a tight ship and getting us places and caring about us and feeding us always. And then I think about how I love my mom. We're really a lot alike. I look exactly like her, except she has lovely dark black hair. But every time I see her, she's real observant. I'll always get real close to her, and every time she'll comment about my hair. I don't know. One time she said I have so much gray. One time she just says dark. It looks dark. Are you growing it out? She's always just observant about my hair. She's observant about what's going on. So as much as she kind of can't have much of a conversation. It's interesting what will come out of her mouth about what she sees around her. And I've noticed too, in talking with her who has dementia and can't carry a conversation quickly, the silences that we leave between each other just allow her thoughts to bubble up, and then she can give them to me. She gives me so much great wisdom of when she was a little girl and what she remembers, and just kind of about life. If I allow those silences, if I can sit with her, just loving her, just love her, being with her, and then it allows those things to come up. So it's that love again helps her, because I'm just there, surrounded by and thinking about all the memories we have together and the love we have for one another, even though we can't show it right now like we'd like to. I mean, we'd love to be working on something together, or yeah. So love. Let me take a drink of water here. This is meaning. So practice, like, what is the meaning of this? And it can seem like there's no meaning there. This is just crummy. Why does a person have to fade away like this and suffer and be in this condition? And I know when my dad was still alive, I was thinking about this too. What is the meaning of all of this? And what I realized is they're there for each other. So even though they're both in memory care, even though neither of them were doing that great, they had each other. And there was my mom, the meaning in her life was to be there for my dad. And the meaning in my dad's life was to be there for my mom. So there's great beauty and meaning in that. As far as what the meaning of her life is now, and what is this meaning for me, I honestly don't know. But this is something I do know. I'm going to figure it out. At some point, it's going to connect with me. This is what it was all about. This is what it meant for her. This is what it meant for you. This is what it meant for your children and my husband. And so there is always meaning to the circumstances of our life. And for us to instead of focusing on how difficult this is to deal with the aging parent, to try to discover what is the meaning of all of this, and what does it have for all of us. And then finally, purpose. So what's the purpose? And I have come up with a couple. Seeing my mom and dad go through these stages and where she is right now, this is absolutely, she is showing me that we're not always happy and healthy and productive. So I'm at a point in my life where that's all happening and I'm feeling great. But she's teaching me that isn't always going to be the case, maybe. And when that happens, people will still love you, because I still love her whether or not she's baking cookies or not. I still love her whether or not she can have a conversation. She's showing me about love and about connection that's much deeper than all the activity and the flurry. So it's really helping me understand more what life is about. So there's a deep purpose in that. This is really helpful. And when I can appreciate that, I can appreciate our time together for whatever it is. I've also thought about, what can I do in my life right now to make that part of my life go better? And it could be many things for us. It could be, I'm going to save money so I can stay in a place that's nice. I'm going to get long-term care insurance so I have the ability to be in a nice place. It could be, for me, it's more this thought that as we're all a little quirky, like everybody's a little quirky. And as we get older, those quirks just get bigger. So if you kind of swear a little bit, you're going to swear a whole lot more when you're older. It just, we've seen it many with my husband's dad and both my parents too. People just get quirky and they get more quirky. So I'm working on my quirks. Like, I want my quirks to be good ones. Maybe it might quirky because I sing so much, or maybe I'm quirky because I laugh so much. So I'll do more of that when I age. If my brain becomes disconnected, I want to work on my quirks, and I want that to go better. So these spiritual principles, what I call spiritual principles, they really work. It absolutely helped lift the sadness, and it's helping me get to a better place to go to my next visit. This has been going on for years, but just to think, okay, so these are the things I'm focusing on: faith, gratitude, hope, joy, love, meaning, and purpose. That's what we do when we're dealing with aging parents. My name is Kathy Brennan. I will put a link, I think I can do this, not sure, a link below to a book I wrote called So Now What? A Guide to People Who Feel Stuck, because you might feel stuck caring for those aging parents. Have a great day. It's all good. Be well.